The stretches and balancing exercises I'll be guiding you through are ones which can be done standing and sitting down. Remember to work sensitively at your own boundaries and to breathe with the stretches. Also, the main purpose of these yoga postures is for you to be with the sensations of your body as they are right now, instead of thinking about how the body should be or how it even used to be. And when you do notice yourself thinking this way, then try to return to the sensations in the body and therefore to what is happening in the present moment. So let's begin by standing on the floor with our feet hip-width apart and facing forward, our heads up. And to begin with, just beginning by rocking gently backwards and forwards from the toes to the heels. Just doing this slowly, and then when you feel a middle point of your foot, then just coming to rest at this place. And then making sure that the knees are not blocked by bending them slightly, just loosening at these joints. And holding the rib cage up so that the back is straight, with the shoulders relaxed and the arms hanging loosely and relaxed at your sides. And then tuning into your breath as you're standing, noting the rhythm of the in-breath and the out-breath. And just settling into your body as it is at the moment. And now, with the next out breath, what we're going to do is we're going to raise the arms up over the head. So bringing them up slowly and paying attention to the movement involved in doing this. And bringing them up until the thumbs are touching, and then interlocking the thumbs and pulling the arms upwards towards the ceiling as if there's a string attached to the fingertips which is pulling them up. Keeping the soles of the feet flat on the floor and facing forward, and then just breathing as you stretch here. And now loosening the thumbs from each other and starting to bring the arms back down towards your sides, and doing this very slowly and keeping the fingertips pointed up towards the ceiling and the palms facing away from each other. And breathing as you lower the arms so that the wrists are the last to loosen. And now your arms are dangling just loosely and relaxed at your sides again. And maybe noting any sensations in your arms, in the hands. And just breathing with these sensations. And now raising the right arm back up to the perpendicular, keeping the left arm at your side. And then turning to look up at the right hand as you stretch this towards the ceiling, and at the same time allowing the heel of the left foot to come off the ground so that it's helping you to stretch all the way up your body. And keep your head facing your hand and try to settle into this posture and breathe with it. And then lowering the right arm as you did before, very slowly, keeping the fingertips up so that the wrist is the last to loosen and relax at your side, and allowing the left heel to return to the ground and come to face forward with your head. And then bringing the left arm up as you breathe out, raising it up over the head, allowing the fingertips to reach towards the ceiling and turning the head to look at the left fingertips, and then allowing the right heel to come up off the ground while the left heel stays firmly flat on the ground. And just breathing here. So it's as if you're trying to reach something that's just beyond your reach. And now lowering the left arm again slowly back down to your side, replacing the right heel on the floor and turning your head to face forward so that you're once again just standing in a relaxed posture. And then turning your attention to your breathing. Now, as you breathe out, bringing both arms up again, up over your head, and interlocking the thumbs and stretching upwards. And now leaning over the right side of the body, with the hands remaining above your head in line with your arms, just as far as you can go. Feeling pull along the left side, breathing as best you can. And then slowly bringing the body back up to the perpendicular, keeping the thumbs interlocked. And then stretching up towards the ceiling, and as you breathe out, lowering the body over the left hand side of yourself, over the left hip, just as far as you can. Then unlocking the thumbs and allowing the arms to just lie parallel to each other. Holding this posture and breathing. And now bringing the body back up to the perpendicular and start to lower the arms slowly with the fingertips pointing to the ceiling and the palms facing outwards, so that the arms are slowly traveling down to your sides with the wrists eventually the last to relax. and then breathing out, and just tuning into your breath for a moment. Now, keeping your feet hip width apart, we're going to do some shoulder rolls, and we'll begin by raising the shoulders up towards the ears as if you're shrugging your shoulders, trying to reach your ears. Then allowing the shoulders to come forward, so squeezing them together in front of your body, keeping the hands and the arms relaxed if you can. Then letting the shoulders drop so that you're standing in a neutral position. And then finally bring the shoulders back together as if you're trying to get the shoulder blades to touch. And then again bringing them up towards the ears, squeezing them together in the front, allowing them to drop, and then squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back. And then just continue this in a circular motion, but keeping it slow so that you can observe the movement. Breathing as you do this. Noting the sensations arising in this area of your body, and indeed if there are other areas of your body which are getting involved. And now changing direction, so bringing the shoulder blades, the shoulders up to the ears, then taking the shoulder blades together at the back, squeezing them together, allowing the arms then to drop into a neutral position, and then squeezing the shoulder blades together in the front. And just continuing this in a circular motion. Perhaps noting that this is not a test of how vigorously you can do this, but more an opportunity for you to be aware of what this movement feels like. And now just coming to rest in a standing position, and we'll do some neck stretches now. And if you do have any neck problems, then just sit this exercise out. Perhaps imagine what I'm describing. And to start off with, what we'll do is we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest, and then raising the head back up so that we're looking out forward again. And now taking the right ear to the right shoulder, dropping the head to the right, breathing as you do this, and then bringing the head back up to face forward. And now taking the head back just within your own comfort zone, backing away from any pain, and then bringing the head back up forward. And then taking the left ear to the left shoulder. Remembering to breathe as you hold this. And now bringing the head back up to face forward. Now we'll keep the feet hip width apart and allowing the arms to rise up, but this time bringing them in line with the shoulders, so not all the way up over your head, but just in line with your shoulders, keeping the fingertips stretched out, and then finding a point to fix on in front of you, either on the wall or on the floor, and then moving your weight onto your left leg and slowly allowing your right leg to lift up just as high as you can go. And then holding and balancing, trying to breathe as you do. Now bringing the arms slowly back down to your sides, and as you do this, lowering the right leg until you are now standing relaxed once more. And just becoming aware of any sensations in the body. And now bringing the arms back up to the shoulders, keeping the fingertips stretched out and the head facing forward, and now shifting the weight onto the right leg, and then once you have a point to fix on to help you balance, then starting to move the left leg up as far as you can, and then holding it at your limit, balancing here and breathing with the posture. And now bringing the arms back down towards the sides, doing this slowly, and at the same time allowing the left leg to return back to the floor and coming to rest now in a standing position. Bringing your attention back to your breathing. Now putting the hands on the hips and facing forward to begin with, we're going to twist the body first of all to the right hand side from the hip level, keeping the legs and the knees facing forward. So as you breathe out, turning the body from the hips all the way to the right as far as you can go, and allowing the head to move with your body so that you are looking out over your right shoulder, and holding this wherever you land up. And now coming out of this posture by allowing yourself to kind of naturally uncoil, so the body will naturally want to swing back forward. Try to keep this slow and under your control, bringing the head to face forward along with the body, and then as you breathe out, twisting in the opposite direction, so allowing the body to turn now to the left and the head to follow, looking out over your left shoulder, keeping the hips and the legs facing forward, and just breathing here. Noting pull of muscles. And now again, uncoiling yourself by just naturally allowing yourself to swing forward slowly, and allowing the arms to come down to the sides. And then just for a couple of moments, bringing your awareness back to the sensations of breathing, just as you're standing right now. Now, moving the feet slightly further apart so that they're just outside the line of the hips. What we're going to do now is a standing forward bend. And we'll do this by beginning with firstly bending the knees slightly. Now, anyone with neck or back difficulties must do this either very slowly or sit this out altogether. So with the knees bent slightly, allow the arms to come out in front of you with the fingers pointing down towards the floor, and as if there's a piece of string attached to the fingers that's slowly pulling you down. So allow the body to begin moving down towards the floor, letting gravity do most of the work for you. Keeping the knees bent and the back as straight as possible. And then slowly coming down as low as you can, and just dangling wherever you land up, keeping the arms loose, the shoulders, and just breathing in and out. You may notice as you hold this posture that you can go a wee bit lower. Just experiment with your own boundaries, using any discomfort or pain as a sign that you need to back off a little. Now, to come out of this posture, what we'll do is we're going to slowly unwind the back from the lower to the upper spine, keeping the head low and facing downwards. So bringing the back up slowly, the lower back, then the upper back, the shoulders, until you are upright, and then holding the head looking down just for a few moments, and then slowly lifting the head and gazing ahead of you, settling back into a relaxed standing posture. Now we're going to sit down on the ground. You can use a cushion for a bit of support or a mat. And to begin with, bending the legs so that you're drawing the soles of the feet together, and hooking your hands around the feet and then just drawing the feet as close to you as is comfortable, keeping your back straight and ahead of you, and just become aware of the pull of the muscles in the groin and the pelvic area. And now maybe bouncing your knees up and down, but just very gently, just to help loosen up your groin area. And just being very sensitive here to what your body is telling you it can and can't do. Not overstretching. And now coming to a still point and allowing the left leg to extend out in front of you, but keeping the right leg bent so that the sole of the right foot is leaning against the left leg, maybe in line with the knee. Now bringing the arms up over the head and clasping the thumbs together and stretching up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, lowering the body over the left leg, trying to lower the body from the waist downwards and keeping the back as straight as possible. And then taking the hands and clasping either around the ankle or the shin of the left leg and just helping to bring the body a bit closer to the leg. And then holding this just for a moment, breathing. Now unclasping the hands and locking the thumbs together, bringing the body back up to the perpendicular and then stretching the arms up to the ceiling before you take the hands apart, and then allowing the arms to travel down slowly back to your sides and come to rest in your lap. And then extending your right leg and bringing your left leg up, bending it, placing the sole of the left foot against the right leg in line with the knee. And then allowing the arms again to come up over the head, interlocking the thumbs, stretching upwards, breathing as you do this. And then on the out breath, allowing the body to come over the right leg, keeping the back straight, trying to bend from the waist. And then taking the hands and wrapping them either around the shin or the ankle, that you can accentuate the stretch. And the idea is really not to think about bringing your head to your leg, but your body to your leg. So keeping the head in line with your back. Now taking the hands away from the legs and interlocking the thumbs, bringing the body back up to the perpendicular, stretching the arms up towards the ceiling, and then separating the hands and allowing them to travel down back towards your sides, and then bringing them to rest in your lap. And extending both legs now out before you, and maybe just leaning back on your hands and bouncing the legs up and down against the floor just to release the tension. And then lying down on the floor with your arms at your sides and your palms facing upwards, your feet slightly apart, falling away from each other, your body relaxed. And then tuning into the rhythm of your breathing. Following the motions in the abdomen as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And just spending a couple of minutes with an awareness of your body and your breathing. Maybe even congratulating yourself for taking the time to spend doing these exercises. And then finishing whenever you're ready.